Hey everyone, so before we get into today's video, I just want to put a quick disclaimer that I am not a professional, I am not a veterinarian. In this video, it is cages that people have submitted to get critiqued on and to see how they can improve. And it's also a way for you to be able to get inspiration on how you may be able to improve your cages. And so without further ado, let's get right on into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to another cage rating review video. Yes, I am wearing my t-shirt from Scotty's Animals. If you don't already know, he's a volunteer at the Los Angeles Guinea Pig Rescue. He's been a volunteer for a very long time. He knows what he's talking about. He's my go-to guru. But yeah, showing it off. He's got a ton of different styles of shirts on his Etsy shop. I will link that in the description so you can check it out. But other than that, let's get right on into it. Our first cage is a 2x4 for 2 female guinea pigs. Now, when you first look at this cage, you're probably thinking, what's wrong with it? It looks absolutely great, and I love the colors that they chose for the fleece lining. There's red and blue. Those are some of my favorites. We got 2 water bottles. We got a wooden bendy bridge. We got a fleece tunnel, 2-corner fleece force. Absolutely adorable. So you're, again, probably wondering, what is the issue that you see with the cage then? Oh, and as you can see, a lot of people don't know, you can use the grids of a CNC cage or cabby cage and you can build a lid. So if you have other animals in the house, like a cat or a dog, and you want to make sure your guinea pig stays safe, you can build a lid, as you can see. And so that's what they did. I don't know if the person has a cat or dog, but I'm assuming that's why they have a lid. But either way, it's a great option to have. Now, the dilemma I see, not even really a dilemma, more of my concern that I see with this particular cage, are the 2 big, large hay bins in the back. Now, from what I've seen, there is a hole on either one in the front here where the guinea pig can access the hay. I believe there's also a hole on the sides where the 2 containers meet. So while it's great that there's 2 entrances and exits, what I'm concerned about, or what I would be concerned about, is the fact that it's a tote bin and it's got the lid on it, so there is not enough ventilation. Now, guinea pigs in general tend to pee or poop every 10 to 15 minutes. That's approximately 4 times an hour. That is a lot of pee to potentially go in there in a 24-hour period. And depending on how long or how often you would clean out and empty that bin, the amount of ammonia buildup can be a very big concern. Guinea pigs have sensitive respiratory systems, as most of you already know, and if you haven't already known that, you are learning that now. They do. Now, because they are ground level animals and the ammonia will sit where there's moisture, the ammonia will sit. Typically, ammonia would kind of rise, but there's nowhere for it to rise to because there is a lid. So that is a huge concern on my part regarding this cage. I personally don't really use litter boxes anymore. I am thinking about trying again, but I will be using just a normal cat litter pan, and I will be emptying it once a day every 24 hours. Unless it's soiled sooner than that, then it'll be changed immediately when when I notice that it's soiled. I do spot cleans on my cages twice a day. Sometimes it's only once a day, but I always check them at nighttime. If they have a really soiled area, I will remove the fleece and replace it with clean, dry bedding. So that is the concern I have with this particular cage, is just the hay bins. It is a very clever idea for you know, containing the hay and not having a mess of hay everywhere, because as a lot of you know, with regular fleece liners, the hay sometimes tends to stick to it, but there are ways of getting it off. You know, you can shake it off, and you can choose to pick it off one by one, but who's got the time and energy for that? But you can take a brush, a bristle brush, and you can just, you know, brush it off outside or over the garbage can. You can get most of that off. I haven't had an issue with the hay sticking to my fleece liners. Maybe the odd little stray piece, but nothing I can't, you know, just easily remove on my own. So if you're thinking about having an area of your cage where you can contain the hay, this is why you'll see a lot of people will use hay bags. It provides guaranteed fresh hay at all times. The concern with hay bags would be that some guinea pigs like to go in there and use it as a hide, and then you have the same issue where they're soiling it, and it can become a bit of a hassle and a bit of a mess. So if you're thinking about having like a hay area that contains it, I actually did a quick little video the other day showing my project that I did. I took an old laundry basket that I had, all the sides made of plastic. Now, guinea pigs tend to chew plastic, whatever things they can get their teeth on. So I removed all of the sides, and I took mesh metal wire fencing. I drilled holes on each side, zip tied the metal fencing around 3 of the sides. So there's plenty of ventilation. It contains all the hay, but there's a big section opening for easy access to the hay. I will link that video in the iCard so that you can check it out if you want. I think it's a really great idea. If you want to do something like that, there are ways of going about it, but making sure that you provide lots of ventilation. That is the key. I would not want to find out that you followed this particular cage with the advice of the hay bin. I would not want to find out that you did that and that your guinea pig got really sick with URI or unfortunate passed away. Things like that are really important to take into consideration when you are setting up your guinea pig cage for the first time, or even if you're an experienced guinea pig owner. It's extremely important to take these things into consideration. So that's pretty much the absolute feedback that I have for this one. I don't really see any pellet bowls, but that's not a huge concern because maybe they scatter feed in the hay, or maybe they haven't given pellets yet. Obviously, if I don't see veggies, maybe they've already had veggies, or they don't have it until later. We don't know all the details of when the photo was taken or what this person's routine is, so I'm not going to pass judgment on that. But the hay area is my major concern with a cage like this. Otherwise, it's absolutely stunning, it's beautiful, and great job. Moving on to the next one. And here we are with our second cage to look at. So this is another 2x4. I believe it's 14-inch grids. I could be wrong. As you can see, it's got a stand for it, so you have storage underneath, which is awesome. And there's a large water bottle with a little kitchenette area with I'm going to call it a hay box. It's basically a little makeshift box made of coroplast, and you can see they created a hole for the hay to come out, and then on the top is where you can refill the hay. I see you have a couple of DIY chew toys. I believe this is for 2 guinea pigs. I think one of them is under the hammock on the left. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking. I see a couple of DIY chew toys, some Timothy chews, and a lot of colorful chews. I think that it's a great cage overall. It looks great. The hammocks look adorable. The guinea pigs are adorable. I would be very cautious with the colorful chew toys because some of them, even though they're marketed to guinea pigs, does not make it safe for guinea pigs. They might contain dyes, like dyes that are just not overall good for guinea pigs. If they're made with a food grade dye, then it's not so bad, but I would still try to avoid it. So maybe try and get more like Timothy based chew toys, or willow balls, willow sticks, apple sticks. Those are all great options for chew toys. I did do a video with 12 guinea pig safe chew toys. I'm due to do a more recent one soon, so that'll be on the list of things to do. My other suggestion would be to maybe place the pellet bowl in a different area of the cage, or have 2 pellet bowls, because if you have 2 guinea pigs, there's no way 2 guinea pigs are going to necessarily be able to fit in that small little crevice of an area to eat the pellets. And even if one was standing in the litter box trying to eat the pellets, then they're constantly banging into your water bottle, which is going to end up leaking all over your little bedding kitchen area. And it'll just be a bigger mess for you to have to deal with in the end. So I suggest either not replacing, but move the pellet bowl to a different area of the cage, or add a second one in. Overall, this cage looks great, aesthetically pleasing. I believe it's right beside some other cage. I believe it's a bird cage, and it looks like it's in your main living area, because I can see a little end table and either a couch or a chair. So that's really cool that it's in your main living area, so they're definitely going to get lots of attention that way. And yeah, all right, let's move on to the next cage. Moving along to our next cage submission, we have 3 separate cages. The first one, you can tell, is a small store-bought cage, 1 guinea pig in there. The second one in the middle, I don't see any guinea pigs in there. Maybe it's in the hidey hut. And the third one, I definitely see 2 guinea pigs, 1 at each end of that blue tunnel. The first one has 2 pigs. I see the second one. Epic fail, 100,000%. I'm not here to be all nice all the time. The first cage on the top, small store-bought cage, I can deal with the small issue as long as the guinea pigs are getting their daily exercise to get their zoomies out and whatnot. I can handle it. Not fond of the small cages, but it's doable. There's 1 water bottle, a pellet dish there, and 1 small cardboard box. No hay. 80% of a guinea pig's diet is hay, and I don't see a single strand. The middle section of the cage, there's a green hideout. It looks like a material type hidey hut of some sort. I do see pellet dish there. There's some sort of vegetable there on the bottom, or where the door is, I think. I'm looking at the cage sideways, so I could be a little off on this. I do see what looks like to be a water bottle. I'm hoping that's a water bottle I'm seeing. On the third part of the cage, there's 2 guinea pigs, 1 at each end of the blue tunnel. Possibly a water bottle there. I do see something green, so I'm going to assume it's a vegetable of some kind. I'm seeing a ton of straw, which is great for keeping them warm, but if they're indoors, they don't really need the extra straw. Unless your heating is not as great, then sure, you can use straw, but the straw is not absorbent, so it's going to get messy very quick, and I'm not going to deal with that. That's on you, girl. Or boy. Absolute epic fail. There's no hay. The cages are too small. There's like no enrichment of any kind. Guys, I understand that some people might house their guinea pigs outdoors. Maybe they brought the guinea pigs indoors so that they're warm, which if that is the case with this one, kudos. I'm happy you did that. But again, do your research on the proper care for guinea pigs. Scotty's Animals has a website with a free guinea pig care guide. He's got tons of videos on proper guinea pig care. I've got videos collecting up going into certain sections of proper care, diet, medical, etc. It's in the works. This is just no. Unacceptable. Don't recommend ever doing that. Next. And our next cage submission we have is for one guinea pig. And it is, I believe, either a ferret cage or a rat cage, or could potentially even be used as a bird cage, maybe. Where do I start? This cage is not suitable for guinea pigs. Guinea pigs do not do well with multi-levels. They can... Okay. Oftentimes you're going to see cages that have a loft with a slight little ramp. People seem to love adding on the addition. It could be nice. Some guinea pigs, the younger ones, they like to do their zoomies going up and down a ramp. It could be beneficial to them if proper safety precautions are taken when you have a little side rail on each side so they cannot potentially fall off. For those of you who don't know, guinea pig eyesight is not the best. So, having a cage like this is unsuitable, and I honestly think if you're going to try and keep one guinea pig in there, you should trash it or find a way to give them more space, like wider space. However, I have seen people make Critter Nation cages like this suitable for guinea pigs. What they would do is take multiple Critter Nation cages, so you'd have 2 or 3 of them all lined up. They remove the side panel, joining each of them together, and they would have one big flat coroplast base. So they provided the amount of space necessary for the guinea pigs, the appropriate space, not high levels, but the wide open spaces they needed. But they were able to use the Critter Nation cage by doing that so that they can have the safety doors, because they had large dogs in the home and they did not want their guinea pigs getting injured in any way, shape, or form. So if you can find a way to get another 2 or 3 of these cages, knock out the side wall that joins each of them together, and get a big coroplast base, then okay, you might be able to make it work. But the way it is in this photo, thumbs down, fail. There's only a little bit of hay in this cage that I see that's on the second little level there. There's a hammock hanging at an end where there's no ledge or anything. Guinea pigs are not really climbers the way rats are, so I don't know how you expect your guinea pig to lay in a hammock that's dangling with nothing for them to get onto it. There's a little red something that seems to be blurred out. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. There is a pellet dish, there is a water bottle, so you've got that down pat at least. And there is one hidey. It's a plastic hidey, not my favorite because of potential ammonia buildup, especially on hot, humid days. But you got the very, very basic essentials there. And if I'm correct, I believe on the very top of the cage, outside of the cage on the top, you have an orange package. I believe that's Oxbow vitamin C tablets. So that's fine. But I don't know how you want your guinea pig to go up and down these ramps. Guinea pigs need floor space to be able to run and zoom and popcorn. They're not going to be able to do it with this. Please do further research on proper guinea pig care. I will emphasize this again. Scotty's Animals has a website with a free guinea pig care guide. He's got tons of videos on proper care, proper cage sizing. You name it, he's got a video on it. And if he doesn't, I might have one on this channel, so feel free to take a gander. However, I cannot rate this guinea pig cage even remotely close to a C. It's an F. I'm sorry. Okay, everyone, and we are back for our final submission from Jessica. So, I'm including this one in particular not because it's a bad cage or anything, but actually because I want to show you how you can utilize existing pet store cages and make it work. So she calls this the mishmash. She says she calls it the burrow, inspired by Weasley's home in Harry Potter. It started off as an All Living Things 8 square foot cage from PetSmart when she had only 2 piggies. She expanded it and added the one section on the right that has the blue rug when she got Molly and found out that Molly was pregnant. So she next added the section on the left when she decided to adopt Bella, and added the last section on the lower right, which would be our left. And the cage is now about a total of 23 square feet. The sections she added onto the original cage have waterproof washing machine pans as the bases, and she constructed the rest out of wood and Rubbermaid metal closet shelves that she had in her garage. Some of the section with the light blue rug had a couple of extra bar pieces from the original cage that were meant as an optional top cover. She has 4 water bottles so that they have plenty of water in case one fails, which is always a great idea. They get piles of hay in their kitchens and enjoy eating out of the hay racks, which she keeps low enough to where they can safely grab hay off the top. So I can't quite see what the hay racks look like. I believe it's just those like metal hanging basket ones. I think it's great that you were able to like expand and make it bigger, utilizing what you have. I think if it was me, if there was a way of just making it one big open U shape, that I think would benefit the guinea pigs better rather than having to try and find the little door to get through. Because if the guinea pigs get, excited, happy, and they get the zoomies, it makes it harder for them to run around if they have to shift through a little door opening. But overall, I think it's a great way to utilize what you already have without having to necessarily throw it out or fully get rid of it. So, there's plenty of hay on both sides of the cage, which is a fantastic thing. I see 2 piggy bunk beds. I'm seeing some chew toys, which is great. There's pellet dishes. And I see the one hidey hut. Yeah, I see the hidey hut. I see a corner fleece forest. I think it's really cute what you did. If it was me, I would maybe try and see if you can get like just a full-on like 2x1 size type fleece forest and just drape it over the section where they have their hay. I know guinea pigs love that kind of thing. So it's just a suggestion that you can try if you'd like. And if not, that is totally okay. As long as each guinea pig has at least one hiding spot that they can use, then that is absolutely good. From what I can see in the picture, your guinea pigs are absolutely adorable. And yeah, I love the creativity you got with utilizing what you had. So thank you, Jessica, for submitting. And we will all talk to you in the next video.